So, Mike, I gotta ask, do you like a good head on your beer?
Uh, I'm always torn. I think it depends on the beer.
Also, I'm getting an
Like it.
echo
Uh, Let me check my
on your end.
Discord set. Might not be pulling my mic. Uh,
I'm hearing you, it's just.
no, I might be pulling the wrong mic. Let me check. That's what I'm
Oh.
fixing. Is it better?
Um, yeah, I don't hear myself anymore.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was pulling from the wrong mic.
Gotta get that shit figured out, man.
Every time I fucking open up Discord, it decides to reset itself.
You can set that shit and it holds.
I don't want to tell you. I'm fucking every time.
Um, what should we call the stream this week? Hoppy's got a bomb.
Of course, Soppy's got a bomb.
Category is just. Oh, no, there's a U there. Just chatting. Boom. Alright. It's currently a black screen because we're not going to be doing any Discord games. I will have stuff. Don't worry, I'll have press kit stuff. But first, like that.
What do I like? Let me see what I have to like.
Oh, son of a bitch. Are you doing what I think you're doing?
What's it doing?
What do I need? I need to drop it below that. There we go. I figured it out. I'm a
Beautiful.
semi-professional streamer.
He figured it out.
Hold on, let me just set this to loop. And then it starts it all over again, this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to an episode of Movie Club, where we, what's the best way to describe it? We're talking over a very polarizing movie.
Movie that. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna start us out with the most controversial grounds to begin with. Are you ready for this one?
Go for it.
I'm just saying. I'm someone who I think the bomb might have been historically justified. So like to me, when I see the movie being controversial, because it's the most legitimate controversy. The people who are making this movie controversial because it doesn't talk about the moving of the Native Americans or like showing Japanese people, we're not taking you seriously. I'm talking about the people who I'm taking serious of why this
Yeah.
film is controversial. Like,
Yeah, the people that are like, oh, well, they didn't show that, there were tribes. And they briefly mention, like, what are we going to do after this? And he
come
says,
on,
like,
it's
give it
just a
back to the
three-hour
natives.
movie. Yeah, it's just a 3-hour movie. You would argue someone should make that film about the unjustified removal of them. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying like a movie's not about everything you want it to be about.
And for those that don't know, we're talking about Oppenheimer.
We are talking about what is going to go down as already one of Christopher Nolan's most successful films. Oppenheimer, which
Yeah.
came out on the 21st of July in the United States of America. And its first weekend hit it's currently at 231 million at its international box office on a budget of $100 million. As we said, this is a by the great Christopher Nolan. Uh, it is not with Hans Zimmer though. It is with music by Ludwig Göransson, who's basically been doing everything in the world anyway.
I was going to say,
Um,
if you don't know who Ludwig is, let me just pull up his IMDb and you will know.
Also, while he's doing that, this film is starring the likes of Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, RDJ, Florence Pugh. Basically, if they're famous and you've heard of them in the last like 10 years and they're ever in dramas or like there's
They're in
almost
this,
art
yeah.
housey side, they're in this kind of is the rule of thumb. Uh, I'm just gonna say it. I am torn. I think it is Christopher Nolan's best technical film. I don't know if it's the best Christopher Nolan film, I think, is where I'm immediately at with this. I think it's thrilling. I think Nolan, I think, did the parallel timelines right, which I think very few films do. Because, like, I think a problem with a lot of films when you do what he did with this is like a three films in one, is that super hard sometimes to kind of keep track where we are. He found ways with color grading, with who's there, kind of to nicely isolate this. He made it all kind of make sense, even if you're jumping a bit. I was thoroughly impressed, and I think basically every actor delivered like what will go down as probably acclaimed performances, and their some of their top performances probably in their career, and 100% you call it Emily Blunt and Cillian Murphy like at their best points, and I'd say RDJ is another one that you have to just be like, these are performances I don't know if you expected from these people to the level that we got them, and it's amazing.
So Ludwig Göransson, his first movie was one that actually I could have potentially worked on, 30 minutes or less.
Wait, oh fuck, I know that's the pizza movie.
Yeah, that was the first movie that he was a composer for. He has a very famous friend. He is
Sounds
very
interesting.
good friends with Donald Glover.
Oh wait, he's his producer, right?
Yeah, he is
Because he's the
Donald Glover's
community
producer.
episodes. That's where I thought they met because community.
Um, no, it doesn't look like he worked on Community.
Maybe it was just there was some like I think it was like same circles, but
Yeah,
that's yeah I forgot that it was not like I was he was famous, but I forgot he like that's why.
yeah. I guess he was 110 episodes on Community. Yeah, it
Okay,
bumped it up to 2015. That's on IMDb.
that because the last way okay
Yeah,
that makes I'm like I swore he was like he was
he was the composer on such movies as Creed and Central Intelligence in an episode of Atlanta,
and he did
and
Tenet right.
probably his breakout role as the composer for Black Panther. People forget that he was the composer for Black Panther. That wasn't just a licensed soundtrack. He's the composer for New Girl, Venom, Creed 2, Tenet, Bad Trip, The Book of Boba Fett, Turning Red, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and also a little show called The Mandalorian.
Yeah, this man's kind of been everywhere.
This guy is coming up on 40. He's 39.
Jesus Christ, you're fucking.
And has probably more composer credits that are noteworthy than 95% of composers out there.
That's insane. But AJ, as we get started with this film, as I ask you kind of like your opinions of it, I do want to say the one thing to get in people's heads too as we start a discussion is this film will be one of the cheapest major productions in the last few years at only $100 million budget, and how insane that is when like every other film people talk about this here came out, it was like 200 million, 180, 150, and this film's like, fuck it, we barely have a eight, nine figures going on.
Yeah.
But what did you think of good old Oppenheimer?
Um. So, I texted you
Mm-hmm.
that the showing for my when I went to see this movie, the film projector had issues. It had audio sync issues, and they cut the movie about 15 minutes short, and it stopped in the middle ish. I still don't care. Like, I saw the bomb go off in 70mm IMAX. I saw everything that you wanted to see for the IMAX side of it. I was able to see that. As such, the way that this movie uses color to tell a story. Because for those that don't know, there are actually quite a lot of this movie's in black and white.
And in fact, what's I think cool about it, it was filmed actually in black and white. I don't know if you saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Kodak had to develop a unique film. the reasoning behind that is a little spoiler here. Everything in black and white is factual. So like this is stuff that is corroborated. You know, it's objective. It's the facts, right? Anything in color is Oppenheimer's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like his subjective look on the world. So when you go see this movie and you see the courtroom sessions or the Senate hearing sessions, and those are in black and white, remember that they're in black and white because that's an objective truth.
We could look them up and whatever.
Yeah.
We know what they look like.
All that stuff is objectively true. Now, I'm glad that they didn't make the bomb black and white because this is a movie, like very few movies I say you have to go see in IMAX because it's usually just a gimmick.
Movie? Yeah, I saw it in IMAX. You see this movie in IMAX.
Yeah. You see this movie in as big a screen as possible. Ideally on film. Granted, there's only 30 in North America. So it's kind of hard to get that experience. But at the very least, go see this movie in your local IMAX. And be amazed at the open because that has some of the greatest visuals of the movie. It's crazy how strong this movie opens in terms of visuals.
Mm-hmm.
As you see the explosion in slow motion, and it reveals the what is it, the Prometheus quote?
Yeah, it does like the whole open with it. Yeah.
Yeah, Prometheus got the power, and he destroyed the world, or whatever the exact phrasing is.
He gave men the power to destroy themselves. How it was.
Yeah, hold on, I can look this up. It's not Prometheus, but that's the one that I always want to go to.
Prometheus is the name of the American Prometheus is the name of the book.
Yeah. Prometheus quote in Oppenheimer. Hey, it's the first one. Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to man. For this he was chained to a rock and tortured for eternity. Is the exact quote. It's a pared down version of a quote from Apollodorus that appears on one of the first pages of American Prometheus, on which the film is based. As written in American Prometheus, it reads, Prometheus stole fire and gave it to men, but when Zeus learned of it, he ordered... Oh, shit. Hephaestus? I don't know Greek very well. To nail his body to Mount Caucasus. On it, Prometheus was nailed and kept bound for many years. Every day an eagle swooped on him and devoured the lobes of his liver, which grew by night. Apollodorus, The Library, Book 1, Chapter 7, 2nd century BC. This person says, I think most people will agree with me when I say that the tightened up language used in the film is downright chilling. Which, when that's the open, like that's the first thing you see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a fireball, and that quote reveals itself in such a really cool way. That instantly sets the tone for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, okay, they are not messing around with this. Like it is going to tell his story, the good and the bad, and they handle that very well.
Ask at the end of this film, because I don't think there is a clear answer. Do you believe Oppenheimer is the villain, the hero? Like this film is like about him, but I don't know if he's the antagonist or the protagonist.
I mean,
Cause it's valid to say like it at least show like sure it shows a more positive negative, but it doesn't show him as like this perfect being either. And you can definitely point to things that are like he brought like security clearance stuff. At least the way the film portrays it, he brought it upon himself the removal of his own clearance.
yeah, I think Strauss is supposed to be the villain, or at least the
Mhm.
perceived villain of this movie.
Right.
The problem is Oppenheimer does not do himself any favors. Like,
So I mean, like this is the like Strauss is there. Like Strauss takes advantage of his opportunity, but Oppenheimer's the one who set up these opportunities.
yeah, I mean, for the people that know Oppenheimer's story, the guy was never quiet about his support for the Communist Party, even though he was never part of the Communist Party officially. But like his brother was, and he had relationships with known communists like
And, like this is the era of like whether
McCarthyism.
like right the era of McCarthyism. So like especially like security clearance stuff. Like you had to declare this stuff kind of during your clearance stuff,
Oh yeah,
whether you were a member or not. So like that's what I mean by stuff like as we're seeing with the other famous people right now. Clearance laws, at least for like certain things, are pretty black and white, and if you just don't follow them, like whether you believe that law piece is right, like stuff happens.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think you're supposed to feel for Oppenheimer because you see him make the mistakes, right? Like this guy is clearly a genius. I mean, he created the theory of black holes, right? It wasn't an Einstein thing. Oppenheimer was the one that predicted black holes.
Mhm.
People forget that. That gets attributed to Einstein a lot. And then he goes on to create the end of the world, basically. Right? Like, the atomic bomb is going to be the end of the world, whether we like it or not.
So I gotta point out, I don't know if you saw the thing, which I thought was pretty interesting. Did you see the part where Oppenheimer and Terminator 2, where both of them, James Cameron and Christopher Nolan, reading the same quote in the same book or the same song, and they're like, "Huh, who's Oppenheimer?"
Yeah.
Which I think is really funny.
Yeah. I also love, like, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter be like, uh, Breaking Bad fans, Heisenberg. I know that name. Like, yeah,
It was very much one of those moments.
that's who he's named after. Um, I think the Einstein stuff was a little forced.
Force, but that actor is the perfect Einstein.
Oh yeah, but
I will agree with you on the story wise force, but looking at him,
yeah,
I could not have casted a better man.
right. I mean, like, think about it this way. So much of this story has stuff that's just implied,
Mm,
and for good reason, right? Like, you don't need to know everything about it. But they could have implied the discourse between Oppenheimer and Einstein.
more than implied it.
Well, no, I'm saying like they could have just,
Yeah.
it could have been a couple lines of dialogue and that's it. I really don't think we needed that interaction.
It's fun. Like I will at least give it to you, but like I do think there is some level, and from like a movie point of view, obviously, what are the odds of those moments happen? Same, like I at least think it was like a decently fun way to show it because like they made some interesting decisions, right? Of like never showing Hitler and never showing these things. So I feel like if you're doing a science movie, you at least have to give the audience something of like the cameo that doesn't make full sense, but people want to see.
I mean, the thing of it is, like, I was kind of surprised they even showed Truman.
I thought they wouldn't. Also, isn't that his second time playing Truman?
Oh,
Didn't?
Oldman. Because
He
that's who
played different
plays him in
presidents.
Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think he's ever played.
He played a president?
He played Winston Churchill.
Maybe I'm thinking Churchill. I
Um,
bet you just because they're right the same era. What I'm thinking.
Darkest Hour, he was Churchill. I'm not seen anything about Truman. But also his IMDb goes back a ways.
Mm-hmm. But either way, um, yeah, I was surprised too that they showed him. I thought we would, well, especially you get that far in the film. Like, sure, you might hear a voice. There's no way they're showing Truman because I was like, they just wouldn't.
Yeah,
What do
I
you?
kind of wish they would have like, you know, they talked about Hanford and Oak Ridge and Chicago, like, and they went to Chicago.
Yeah,
I
because that's where
wish,
Fermilab will be. Is kind of where they end up being.
yeah, I wish they would have showed Hanford and Oak Ridge, like, even if it's just like, you know, a shot in a sequence or like a couple shots in a
Mhm.
sequence, because what those cities did and still continue to do in terms of nuclear weapons should not be forgotten. I had the excellent opportunity to go visit Oak Ridge a couple years ago, and that city wears the scars of that project still to this day. Um, you know, the guard towers are still there where they shut off the city. Like, you know, there's stuff around town. Like, there's still uh, the Y12 plants are still there.
Hmm.
Like, they talk about all that, and all that stuff's still there, or more or less still there. And like Hanford for the plutonium, that was, you know, if we want to talk about the, you know, moving of the tribes near Los Alamos, Hanford was 1,000 times worse, and no one ever talks
Hmm.
about it. But you know, it certainly was interesting the way that they tackled that. I wish they would have done a little bit more, but I also understand why they didn't. And you know, it was cool that they set up like, oh yeah, he knew about this area in New Mexico from his childhood.
I think that was a cool one.
You know, it wasn't just a random site in the middle of BFE that the government chose.
Mhm.
So it just had the this B-roll thing that I have just had the shot of Oppenheimer walking in the one in black and white, the one that became kind of the key
The
part of the
shot.
trailers, and it just reminded of that scene playing out, and it's just like, you know, to the public, this guy's a god,
Mm-hmm.
but he's got a dark past.
Let's talk on the dark past second, because one of the things is obviously like Florence Pugh played who would be his mistress, kind of in real life too.
Yeah,
That's been a general complaint I've been seeing around is that she's not used super well, and it feels like for someone who's now decently an A-lister, like it was a super weird role for her. I don't know, kind of if you any thoughts, kind of her performance, kind of how it fit in the broader story.
I mean, I think the problem that a lot of people are having is she's basically just in it for the sex scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, Oppenheimer was kind of a fiend. Like, he cheated on several partners, and you know, so that part of it, like, I feel like you needed it. I was certainly surprised by it because
Yeah, for a Nolan film especially, it
yeah,
felt.
Nolan doesn't really do that. So I mean, her character, like, she was fine playing that character, and in terms of like, well, she's an A-lister, so why should she be in that role? Like, the fact that they had Rami Malek in this movie for all of 10 minutes. And
That was
he's an
one,
A-lister.
and that was one that was surprised, especially like he's someone I'm like he would be expensive just to show up.
Yeah.
How much like that's a no? So we talk about this film's $100 million, which I think part of it is because most of it's like a talking head like film, like 80% of it's like just seeing people talking.
Well, and
Um,
there's no, I mean, the only CGI is like touching up stuff. It's not, there were
sure, but
27 CGI artists that worked on this movie.
oh no, I know that. Like I was thinking more because like the bomb and stuff, like that still costs money even if it's physical, right? It's not free. But like
But
that's
it's a
part of it
hell
because
of a lot
like
cheaper.
yeah, yeah, especially it's a hell lot cheaper because like it looked like they really probably filmed this in like 2 or 3 locations. They probably didn't film in that many physical spots.
I mean, they probably filmed in London
Mm.
for some of the stuff. I imagine they,
Actually, in the desert for some
yeah,
of
they
that, I
actually went
assume.
out to, if not New Mexico, at least the Southwest. Because
Somewhere. Yeah.
that's a hard place to be like, oh, well, we're going to shoot in Algeria, or
Stage.
not Algeria, like Morocco. Like,
Right.
there aren't many places in the world that look like that. So, that's a very hard thing to fake.
And also the other thing too that people talk about is like the Super 8 lists, right? So RDJ, Emily Blunt, and Matt Damon each took like fucking massive pay cuts to work here. And I find that very interesting too of how like Nolan is this I think he's what? It's him, maybe Scorsese. Like there aren't many directors I think kind of period left that can kind of just be like, I am this person. Everyone just wants to work with me because I exist, because of what I could do for a career, for art, or whatever. But
Oh,
like,
you're forgetting the biggest one, Wes Anderson.
sure. But like, is anyone else?
Scorsese, obviously, you already
Trevor,
said that.
I don't know if I think Spielberg has that anymore. Personally, I think
Spielberg
he does
could.
too much.
I think if Spielberg wanted to, he could. He just gets massive budgets because people just give him money.
I always compare. I think Nolan is closer to our Scorsese from a box office point of view of like they still make money. Don't get me wrong, but like Spielberg, I think understands how do I make the $1 billion film. Like how James Cameron understands just like I am the actor that just understands money to a director that understands money to the insane degree that I'll get any budget I want.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to make comparisons, Spielberg is Cameron, or I mean, Cameron is Spielberg,
Mm.
and Nolan is Scorsese.
And I think from a you see it on their budgets too. Like I think that's decently reflective of what they do.
Yeah. So,
And then Tarantino kind of exists in that corner somewhere.
Tarantino might be one that could get anyone just because it's Tarantino. Especially with his final movie. Like, how many people are lining up at his doorstep just to
Tim
say they
Roth
were
has
in a
probably lived at
Tarantino?
his home for the last like 2 months to help him
Yeah.
finish it.
Like, you got to imagine it's just A list on A list on A list star sending him emails every day. Hey, can I read for this? Hey, can I, X, Y, or Z? But yeah,
Oh,
I
can I
would
do the
be.
feat?
Well, no, Margot Robbie's got a feet thing. Remember?
I love that theory online that it wasn't actually Tarantino, it's Margot Robbie because every film she's in.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall, like this movie is on the very short list for movie of the year.
I assume it will. Like I think it's gonna be he's fighting Scorsese in mid years, my guess.
Oh yeah, that
Um,
what's
man,
that
but yeah,
called? Yeah. I mean,
Death of
Mission Impossible was
Florence.
really good.
But that is not a critical movie. Like,
No, like it should be because that is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is probably the best action movie ever made.
well, I'm not saying like it's gonna like it's
But
bad. I'm saying like
yeah.
we both know it's not like when that thing doesn't win awards like because so yeah this like Tenet won award. I am curious if Barbie's gonna actually play in like, award ceremonies.
Oh, it better for like costume design and stuff like that. But
Sure, but I meant like best movie or best like I'm curious if it plays there.
Um, Probably comedy. If anything is, I don't know
Oh,
what
for
comedies are
World's
coming
Why
out. So.
Choose. Yeah.
But, of course, at this rate, who knows what's going to come out by the end of the year?
God almighty. Also, I do want to point out, it's so. Is this like one of the few films ever that had it where, um, that the premiere's happening while a strike gets called?
Um, I'm trying to remember the last strikes, and I can't remember if there was anything big premiering around then. Because, like, the '08 writer strike happened in the summer. So,
Hmm.
there weren't a ton of movies coming out, but, like, TV was still big. So, it's certainly weird for the people to turn on, like, Leno or Letterman, and it's just a rerun.
Yeah, that is that.
Um, yeah.
I will end this with discussion, but I am curious if because the actors are striking the same time as the writers will make these strikes last longer because I feel like actors have more pull, especially the A-listers, where they're just gonna be like, I can float forever. So
Oh, I mean, like, that's very clear because, people like Dwayne Johnson just footed a 7-figure donation to the strike
mm.
fund.
And we have enough A-listers who can afford to do something like that. Like you can make that fund pretty big.
Yeah. So.
We will see. But yeah,
Yeah.
this was Oppenheimer. AJ, final question. Is this Christopher Nolan's masterpiece?
Um. That's tough, right? Like, to me, up until this point, I would probably say his best movie ever was Dark Knight. It might just be recency bias that I say this over Dark Knight.
I think it's very
I have a
different.
feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling down the road it'll probably be like a 1A 1B situation.
Hmm.
So, I think that's where I stand.
I stick with what I think in the beginning that I think it is Christopher Nolan's technical best film, but I don't know. I think Dark Knight is a better Nolan film because I think this film is like I think of this film feeling not like a Nolan film in the way I think of Wolf of Wall Street as like a Scorsese film. In that, like, they exist in the catalogs, but they're super weird to compare to any of their other projects.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, tell us what you think of the Oppenheimer, and we'll be back next time with the SWW show. But yes, this was Oppenheimer. Go see it in theaters. Let it make some more money. Let's this way Nolan's next film he'll get a bigger budget or whatever. But
I mean, he doesn't need a
help.
budget. He just proved that.
Sure. I think if this film does well, we actually get other films that are good kind of in the box office ones.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice little change of pace.
Who knows?
Who knows? But yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Alright, that recording is done.
Are we seeing it or battling it?
I figured we'd sail the high seas.
Open it.
I last played this game almost a year ago. August 15th, 2022.
We had to like re-download it.
Oh, so did I. We're competing with 4,500 other viewers. And the Sea of Thieves services are temporarily unavailable.
Are you really?
Hold on,
You fuck.
let me ETD and see if it was just being weird.
I don't have that. Maybe it's you being weird? Okay, I'm gonna do Legend of Monkey Island.
Lavender beard. That's interesting. Let me sign out and sign back in. Oh,
Monkeys. The monkeys.
what is my Microsoft password?
You expect to know that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There we go.
So,
You got it?
we meet again.
You'll
The
sign
legend
out,
begins
sign
right
back in.
here on Melee Island. Your
Hey, when in doubt, that's
once-in-a-lifetime
when we'll
chance
do
to
it.
hear all the seafaring adventures of the mighty pirate Guybrush Threepwood. Straight from the legend himself.
Ah, such a wonderful view of my future demonic empire. Oh, nobody ever said pirates make great art.
I like how the subtitles are in
Oh, so you finally
just like
decided to show
Arial.
up, huh? Well, you can make yourself useful and start on the meat stew.
Hey, that's my cargo. I thought it'd be fish
Still a
food by
game
now.
that I'm not fully
Looks like
understanding
I'm
how they
back
make
in
money on
business.
Circuit.
Get back in your cage.
Oh, it's pretty obvious.
Gummies for the lot of you.
All the microtransactions.
Oh yeah.
Not you, pathetic coaches.
Unfortunately, it's true what they say. You can't keep an undead, obsessive, vindictive, demonic sea scourge down.
Pirates on your precious sea of thieves practically tripped over themselves to deliver me this sword. Once this burning blade is restored, those waters will be mine.
LeChuck has come to know the Sea of Thieves. Do not lose hope. There is a way to rid this place of his evil
Did you have to
influence.
watch this opening cutscene?
No, I skipped it.
I can't.
No food or drink
What?
permitted during the event. Please keep your hands and feet inside the mansion at all times.
Oh. Because my controller wasn't like snapped to Sea of Thieves, it wasn't letting me skip.
I'm like, I swear to God, I skipped this thing.
Alright, hold on. My ships,
Just you should plug my controller in. Let me do that fast. Oh, you doing that?
invite friends, you.
I see your invite.
You should.
Maybe? You do it again?
It's currently loading, so no.
Yeah, no, I don't see it.
My crew, invite friends, you.
There we go. Got Windows plus G. Yeah, where? Oh, there. The notifications weren't pulling before. There you go.
Hey, don't touch that.
Not in
Unless you think you're tough enough to track down the man I'm hunting. Everything I know is in that logbook.
You still hear me, right?
I'd find him myself if I had the money to get back on the waves. But for now, I'm just another landlubber selling tours.
Ah, Captain Capsize. I see you've already settled in and started making friends.
I don't want
Are
friends,
Did you get the storms?
but I want to send
I am loading
to
in.
drag that pirate pretender back to reality.
Yes, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's currently sunny outside.
Which won't happen unless you take the
Yeah,
time
we got
to
the same.
explain our situation. A while ago, I invited a pirate named Guy
Hello, sir.
Brush Threepwood and his
The
wife
fuck's going on
Elaine
with
to
your
celebrate their honeymoon here on the sea.
What's wrong with my face?
You mean a fraud named Guybrush Threepwood? Though I'd also accept liar, imposter,
Yeah, it looks like a
figurehead
pride
thief.
flag just.
Guybrush accepted my invitation, but his ship never arrived. After a while, I began to fear the worst. So I began making inquiries in the Sea of the Damned.
And found me stuck there.
I
Turning
began
circles
making
in my old
inquiries
brass-bottomed
in
boat.
this.
Something that looked like it anyway.
A memory of yours made real by the Sea of the Damned. In that realm, people and places from long ago can come back to haunt you.
I like how the version for me not being blocked by people is if I touch them, they disappear.
I fear that Guybrush has become trapped in memories of
Also, I
his
like
own
how this is just right next to all the
distant pirates and
Pirates of the Caribbean stuff.
Melee Island. If he is not rescued, he will remain sealed in a dream world for all eternity, surrounded by fragments of his past. That is
So
why
supposedly
I have
this
asked
is
me
like
to
a
recruit
cordoned
pirates
off
who are both willing and able
Mhm.
to
That's like
approach
Pirates
the
was.
Sea of the Damned and
Not
save
all
Guybrush.
pirates.
And then
Most of it was. Like, we'd get to areas that
everyone
cordoned off.
dope he really
Yeah.
is. It's a good plan. Think they can pull it off?
I believe they can.
Alright,
Kate learned of
portal's open.
Guybrush's whereabouts, but was never able to reach him.
Am I blind? Where is this damn portal?
It's in the sky. It's where the portal for Pirates was.
Oh, I see it.
We might have a leak on the boat somewhere.
What?
There was water in the hole when I walked down, so. I already took care of it. I like how it just now popped that you joined my crew. It's remembering all these controls.
That's what I'm kind of like, what am I doing? Hoy, 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 I am captain of the seven seas. Taketh us to the captain. Hello.
I mean, you're definitely not a captain, I can tell you that much. If we were both in the Navy, we know who the captain would be.
Like if we were both in Navy, we'd both be dead.
No. I'd be captaining a ship, and you'd be doing IT for the Navy.
Yeah, I would never have left DC. That is my age-old joke. If there's ever a draft, and even though now we're at the age, I would have just been like, I am signing up for the Air Force immediately. I'm writing down I do computers. Have a good day.
Dear Diary, wow, what an incredible end to an amazing adventure. I outwitted
You don't
the
like my
evil pirate
face?
LeChuck, crossed an avalanche, kinda, and lived to tell the tale. Even better,
Trying to
Elaine
figure
and
out,
I
do we have to
finally
shoot the
got
gap,
married,
or...
and all of our friends were there too.
I have no
I
clue.
don't think we've ever been happier. Now all we have to do is set a course and begin our honeymoon, sailing on the Sea of Thieves. To get there, we have
That's
to
where the
pass
name
through
comes
the
from.
Devil's Shroud. Elaine says it's no big deal so long as we follow the map, but I don't know. I miss seeing the stars. I had the nightmare again. I wake up in our cabin. Elaine is gone. And at the end of my bed, LeChuck is there, laughing at me.
LeChuck.
It's crazy, I know.
Le fou.
I left him buried back on Monkey Island, but why does it feel so real? I can almost hear the laughter.
That's a big boat.
They're both big boats. And we were just Tokyo drifting.
The high noon. 4 sails ahead. 4 sails ahead.
The sail is full, that idiot.
But when I did get back to sleep, I had a very different dream. I was back where it all began.
He was getting
on my
whacked
quest to
off
become
by
a
his
legendary pirate. Back at the start of my very first adventure.
So the only thing I've seen about this is Danny O'Dwyer's tweet that said they did the thing.
The thing.
Yeah. Like they've got a great reference to the original. And I looked at that tweet and said, Danny, why are you playing this? You should be digitizing all the tapes.
One man can do all the tapes.
I mean, he's the idiot that thought to take on this project.
No, but like, I bet you it's so many goddamn tapes.
Yeah, he did an interview with Nextlander, and it sounds not fun. Hey, can you grab the anchor?
Where's the anchor again?
Behind me.
Oh, yes. Hold still.
I think we nailed it.
Did it?
Oh, look at that. Just turn
I
around
consider
and
that
look.
a win.
Yeah.
I consider that a win.
Joe.
In case you thought I'd crash us.
I didn't see that was an obstacle until I told you to grab the anchor.
Oh, I didn't know either. Just like that.
I just saw that and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit.
That would have hurt.
No, it probably would have been fine. Pieces of 8? Oh yeah, that's like the currency in Monkey Island. The scum bar.
We don't have guns, do we? There we go.
Ahoy there, stranger. New in our
Who's in
governor
charge
is
here?
None other than the legend of Monkey
The Legend of
Island
Monkey Island,
himself.
TM.
He keeps this whole, his mansion is on the other side of, because the governor's a busy man. Come to think of it, you should talk.
And Melee Island was trademarked as well.
Oh, we don't have guns because it's Melee Island.
Yeah.
You gotta get that one out.
Aye, that takes
Something
me
about
back.
3
I
trials.
want to be a mighty pirate. Where do I collect me hat? Well, if you're
The chef won't let customers touch his kitchen.
Hey, you shouldn't be back here because it's the rules. That's right. Well, I want something fiery and hot. Too bad I'm still.
To the legend of Monkey Island.
No, please, not the speech again.
The mightiest pirate ever weigh anchor.
Scourge of the Caribbean, terror of the Tri-Island territories,
All
master
right.
of a
So
thousand insults.
the mansion is on the other side of the. Oh, that's
To go.
interesting. Okay.
All that toasting of the governors make me thirsty.
This pirate will only drink extra potent grog. So if we can find that, if we can find a way to get extra potent grog.
Something out of him.
This dude's got a clock tower key. Let's see. This dude over here has a pieces of 8 pouch.
Leave me be.
Only drink extra potent. Okay, so we can get extra.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
I don't have the quest for this.
Hey, you shouldn't be back. Yeah, in the barrel. But don't think you can just go help it. I got a batch of it in stock in case the legend of Monkey Island. But you need a strong stomach for this stuff.
Alright, this dude's got a thing of. There it is. Alright, so we need to be cool with the chef.
Mm-hmm.
To get the grog. To get the pirates drunk.
Go to the uniform. When you go to the general store.
Hey, you shouldn't be back. Can't help
If we go to the
there.
general, when you go to the, we want to go to the
Just
general
hired it.
store.
I don't know what the delay is all about.
Because we need to
Poor
buy a
sick man.
uniform and
Soon
we
as
come
they
back
arrive-
here,
Okay,
and then we'll take over for him.
gotcha.
So let's go find this general store. I see you found a piece of gold.
Pieces of 8. Not just piece of gold.
Keys 08? Are you the general store? Hmm.
It's probably the one that says shop.
Ahoy there.
Maybe.
Fancy pants.
No, I'm trying to talk to this dude. Let me.
Oh Jesus, what the fuck? Let me talk to him. It's like bugged, right?
We need 45 pieces of 8.
How many you got?
I have. Not 45.
Where is that listed even?
Oh, it's in. Are you playing on controller?
Mm-hmm.
It's left bumper, A, and then I have 10.
Left bumper A?
Yeah, hold left bumper.
Okay.
Press A for quests.
Oh, and I have 10.
Okay, so we have 20. We need 45. There's another one.
We also do the quest and see if we get some.
And where do you think you... Yeah. The governor's mansion is off limits to anyone. If you can't show me something to prove you're expected.
Alright, so we need to show an invite to that guy. Claw hammer, nice. I'm glad everything is okay.
Oh my god, you should come meet Captain Coco.
See if your claw hammer can break this lock.
What do you want to do?
The lock, it says a rusty lock, something small could fit inside. And you picked up a claw hammer or whatever.
It did.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, did you pick it back up?
Yeah.
Fit inside.
I mean, something that tells me we're gonna need the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep it. Let's go rob the church.
Thanks. I got money from the church.
I wonder if both of us need 45.
I think we're matching money then.
I have 22.
I have 22.
Okay. I just got an achievement. For chasing the horizon.
Hey, you!
Hey.
Yeah, you! Want to see something hilarious? There's a pack of piranha poodles in this alley that can't stand the sound of this thing. Watch. Oh, what's the matter? Can't you reach your lovely bony digits? All right, that's enough, you mangy mutts. Go lay down. I said that's enough. We guard the governor now, not you pathetic pooches. So get used to it. Now move along and don't start any trouble. I'm on break.
Okay.
No luck.
Found 3 more.
He also has a fuse, by the way, for 70. So
Huh?
basically makes a gun. He has a gun, basically, for 70 if we ever get enough.
Who does?
Shopkeep.
Oh, you finally were able to talk to him?
Mm-hmm.
Wait just a second. By order of the governor, that means this shop is permanent.
Oh, I got something.
I don't think so, stranger. And since I don't see
We need to find some missing cargo.
Let me guess. Another pirate wannabe looking for easy and night owl, eh? Well then, here's a little tip from me to you. You should check all the crates and barrels.
That's what we've been doing, bud.
This unfriendly character handles some of the more...
Sorry, but these items here, hey, it's not my fault these Legend of Monkey Island Oh, then you need an exclusive Legend of Monkey Island. But I can tell just by looking at you that you can't afford. Tell you what, if you can bring...
So it's just missing cargo. There's no, like, specification.
I've noticed. No, it just said missing cargo. Which I was hoping would give us like a marker or something.
Well, I got the commendation for finding
The what?
election poster.
Oh, nice.
I think this is where the cargo is supposed to be. Also, we have guns.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Address the crane winch angle. Oh, yep, I see it.
You going up this mountain thing?
No, I'm down on the docks. Where the hell are you?
Where the sun don't shine in the mountain. Daddy's gonna be alright.
Oh, nice.
I said convince the guy there was something. I met a man named Lookout.
I'm doing the lost cargo.
Oh. That was a bad way to go, apparently. The darkness took me.
Oh, here we go. Here's the claw hammer. And pry open the cargo.
Nice.
Pick up the crate of important goods. Take this back to the dude. I assume if you're still up in the mountains, you're nowhere close to town.
I'm actually back.
Okay.
Hey, that's my cargo. I thought it'd be fish food by now. Looks like I'm back in business. This
We
meet
need
and greet
4
ticket
more.
will get you an audience with the legend of Monkey Island. Only one in existence, but I'd say you've earned it.
Ooh.
Alright. If we can find 4 more, we can get some progress.
Ooh. We need to get the dogs a meal. The guard dogs apparently will attack the guards.
Did you look something up or did you just hear that?
No, I just talked to the 3 drunkards outside the shop. Or outside the guy.
Well, then we probably need you know, the uniform.
So we could cook, and that's the chain.
Well, that, and if we can get the... I don't want to take a seat.
I'm at 41. We're almost there.
Yeah.
We might have missed some somewhere.
I'm glad I grabbed that claw hammer.
Come to share a table with me.
What business do you have with us now? Speak up. Be
Yeah,
quick
extra
about it.
potent grog. How the fuck?
I am Murray, the demonic talking skull.
Ha! Pay no attention to that.
At least I can remember my own name, and one day I shall return to the...
Sure you will. But for now, telling jokes.
I'm just here for the insult.
We're still workshop.
Yeah, the extra potent is back in the kitchen.
So it's all connected.
Yep. I just got a bunch from a drunk dude.
How many's a bunch? 2. Oh, we did it then. We have enough.
By 1.
Damn right we do. Do you think this was actually the thing we were supposed to be doing, or we just decided this was the thing?
Well, I mean, you fucking off and getting those 12 helped a lot.
Ahoy there, fancy pants. That's the rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. Oh, it's modeled
I
on
purchased the chef's uniform.
used by the
Cooking up a plan. Where is the spot to change, sir?
I imagine let's do it.
I thought he said he had a spot.
Clothing chest.
Oh
In
yeah,
the general store.
he has a clothing chest, yeah.
Alright, so let's divide and conquer the chef stuff.
It's fine. I'm checking a nice thing here.
Because we want to be able to get a meal for the dogs, and then we need access to the grog.
Mm-hmm.
So. If you want to take the meal for the dogs, I'll take the grog.
Apparently my guy drank too much. Give me a second.
Oh, so you finally decided to show up, huh? Well, you can make yourself useful and start on the meat stew.
You know, I'm surprised that Microsoft hasn't done Sea of Thieves in VR yet.
Don't let the customers touch anything, especially not the
Secret
grog.
edition imbued with the strength of mojo to protect the town against dark magic. You need these ingredients: a tender cut of meat, which is on the other corner; a Kanish mordant flour ground to add an extra treat; diced onion, just one will do; freshly caught red herring for no reason whatsoever. That's fine. Sliced leek, chopped very finely to ensure all well are fed. My special root beer sprinkles made to ward off the undead. So I gotta dice the onion. Go fishing. Catch a red herring.
Ooh, fishy, fishy, come fishy.
Alright, I'll get these guys drunk here. Let's see. Pour.
Got it.
The red herring.
Mm-hmm.
Try that again, and you'll be joining
Hello,
the devils
sir.
for supper.
Put it in the stew.
I'm going to the restroom while you finish the thing fast.
Okay. Got the meat, got the flour, got the onion, got the fish, got the leek, root beer sprinkles. Where would one find root beer sprinkles? There. Oh, this is the meal for the dogs.
Hey, I told you not to start trouble. Get back in your cage. I'm gonna be gummies for the lot of you.
How's cooking?
Grab the castle key that's back there.
Get back, you filthy flea bags.
Got it.
Stay away
Clock
from
tower
me.
key, you mean?
Somebody
Yeah.
save me before I go.
Cool. Here, I have gunpowder gummies. You really finding the gold?
Yeah. Well, let's see. We can show this dude our invite. Do you have the key?
In my hand.
Okay.
And where do you think you're going? Oh, yeah? Seems genuine. There. I booked you in for the next available session. Come back. Like that.
Alright, so we have to make the clock tower hit midnight. And the clock tower is... where?
What? I think behind us.
Okay, it's right there. So, let's see. Door. Key.
Ah, cool. After midnight, sir. Then we could go see Mr. Ghoul.
Oh, hey. Got it, never mind. Alright, we'll go backwards.
So are you gonna end up seeing Barbie?
Eventually.
Yeah, like when it's on streaming.
Probably before that. Alright, back down to our
Ding.
buddy.
Hello, buddy.
And where do you think you... Oh, yeah? There. I booked you... What the... I can't let you through, because then my colleague...
Okay, now we need a replacement for him.
Until my replacement arrives.
He's probably drinking, is my guess. I'm gonna see if there's any ghouls drinking.
Oh, okay. I'm getting that dude out. And then I'm getting that dude out.
I don't see any ghouls drinking.
You'll probably just have to talk to him. Alright, sword dash does not make things go boom.
Ahoy there, fancy pants.
Let's see. If we can get something thin, I can get the dude out of jail.
What does that do? What do you think? Do you think he does something?
I assume, because when I picked out those gunpowder gummies, I could stick those into the lock. So it still says that I need something thin, but...
Your kitchen seems pretty cleaned out.
Wait just a second. By order, that means this. Nonsense.
Wait a
I
minute,
don't
let's see.
and since I don't see no uniform, and you also look like you're alive.
Okay, we might be able to get a guard uniform.
Okay. How do we do that?
I'm looking.
Keep your hands off the Well, all my wares are right here on display, save for the You don't suppose, correct? And before you ask, no, I don't off. Nice try. But I...
Alright, I need a ship, ship's log. Where's it sighted? Nice out through the archway. Useful stuff might help. Guyverse jail being renovated. Guyverse clock tower seems broken. Scum bar. Meet the pirates leader here. Lookout. Shipping manifest. Deluxe fuses are 70 pieces.
I saw that.
So I think that's what we have to buy. We have 51. Do you have the quest book for this?
Look. Quests to Tall Tales. The Journey to Melee Island.
No, it's in the LB. It's LB-A for quests, and there should be like a book.
I have a note, a stash item, and the money.
What does the note say?
How do I activate it?
Just highlight it with right stick and then let go LB.
Okay. Wait a second. It's the book, the Captain's Logbook of Headless Monkey.
Oh, nice. I'm working my way all the way to the top of
The moon.
the mountain, so.
Yikes! Don't sneak up on me like that. I don't so much care for chatting with the folks in. I just as soon tend them a fire and
Damn,
stay
that's a
out of
tease. They
trouble.
put a shipwreck
Here's a
under
little
here,
free advice,
but it's like
chum.
not
Stay
a
out of the way
swimmable
of the
shipwreck.
governor's guards. No. My job, that's what. It's my job to keep an eye out for storms. Your ship. No offense, but the sea monkey, well, no.
Alright, so we have to avoid the governor's guards in the bar, is what the lookout just said.
What do you mean by avoid it?
I
Don't see us.
I button mashed through the dialogue, so.
Oh, but we could get to the thing that we got through the shipping side.
Huh?
Like in the bar in the back.
What about it?
You said to avoid the guards.
I think it just meant like avoid talking to him. Because he said like I don't trust him. Was the wording that he used. Still only at 52.
Right, keep your green hands to yourself. Where's that blasted cook?
Alright, we need to get this dude some more grog. I think it takes 3.
Ahoy there, stranger.
Oh, duh.
New in town? My name is Man. What of who? Now that you're here, you maybe not on this sea of thieves. If you're brave enough to try some for yourself, we usually.
Let's see. There it goes. Oh, that was 45.
Jesus.
Alright, I'll go break the dude out of jail, I guess.
I'm assuming that's the next thing.
Yeah, do you remember where the fuses were?
Yeah, and the shopkeep.
Ahoy there!
Yeah, but...
Fancy pants.
Yeah, like right here.
Oh, they're there.
Mhm.
Alright, time to go find the jail.
Oh, that worked? Light it up, up,
and
up.
then this, right, raise.
Oh my god, that really works.
I mean, dude, you have to remember, this is based on Monkey Island. Like,
I know, I still can't believe that worked.
oh, I see what we're gonna have to do.
The smell of the sea, the touch of the moonlight. We are free, Captain Coco. Mwah!
I think I see what we have to do.
Now we
What do
can
we have to
all
do?
the things we ever dreamed of.
We
Travel
need
the
to
world,
grab
see the pyramids,
the skull head in the bar.
No.
We're gonna build a skeleton.
We can start over, build new lives for ourselves. Like running a furniture store. Hey, enough with the furniture store. I didn't spend all that time locked up just to collect chairs. I want to have an adventure. And I want to sell nested mahogany tables at affordable prices. Hey, that's stupid.
Hey, that's stupid.
And where do you think you... Oh, yeah? There. I booked the... I can't let you through. Sorry, but until my
Prison break.
Alrighty, Captain Coco, what can you do?
And where... the governor's man. If you can't show me... And where do you... Oh, yeah. There.
Alright, it is after
I
midnight.
can't let
Shift
you go,
change.
because, sorry, but until my...
Alright, what does the book say? Can we do that?
Sailor's grave. That's where the body for the skull is. So I wonder if that's connected.
I will grab the skeleton arm then.
Because I just talked to the pirate's leader. Is the sailor's grave the thing up top?
I would have to drop this arm to look at the map. There's a map in the quest book.
Very cool.
Are you still at the bar?
No, but I can be. I'm here.
Okay. I'll follow
Nice
you
arm.
then because I can't access the map right now.
Where do I find it?
Here, give me a second. Let's see. Citizen, give me this map. Lots for sale. Meet the pirates leader here. Clock tower, Guybrush, jail, general store, lookout.
We need some sort of, like, cemetery.
Yeah. Who did you talk to?
The pirate leader. So the 3 pirates in the back.
Back so soon? You've plenty of questions.
I think it's the middle one. He said he has a skull option.
Might prove themselves worthy of the title. There were 3 to be faced. Spread across. Trouble was, once word began to spread about that, we did. But no matter how dangerous, eventually nobody could manage to complete the trials.
Alright, so let's do.
Back again? You're persistent, I'll give you that. You mean purveyors of tea? Pirates gotta eat, though, so what do I look? If you're peckish and low on funds, you could.
What be ye wanting?
It's almost like how this man's now on break for the rest of existence.
Spiffy.
So we can get the bone out of Spiffy's mouth somehow.
So we have to get him food, probably?
I would assume.
Hey, you leave that skull alone. He's got a
First-
job to do.
Fire
What be ye want? What's the matter? You got see? Governor Threepwood is our legend of Monkey Island. The only way you'd be considered a true pirate. Ha! Oh, you think so? But there is one way. A man in town. Now that's the sort of question I'd expect. Granted, more than a few folks, but pretty much everyone you'll rub shoulders. Why should it? Got the days of being clapped in.
Back again? You're persistent. Decided to chance your luck with the governor's head up, through town, and through the archway below.
Yep.
You might think so. But the fact of the matter is that now
We do.
I don't know where you'd go about acquiring such a thing.
We have that. Okay.
Back so soon? You plenty. They say the name Scum comes from a language. Some called him a gene. Who can say? If it had... He may not look it, but Governor Threepwood has this, and when it comes to his skill with a blade, aye, that's a trick you'll get to learn if a devastating witticism delivered at just the right moment can... Elaine Morley was her name. Back before she became Mrs. Elaine Morley. She was a fine lead. That's putting it...
I found a new spot entrance.
But
Oh, what?
I swam to the governor's mansion and I found an entrance next to it. I'm on the other side of the guy who said we can't pass him. I'm at the governor's mansion, by the way. He swam around the map. If you come to the guy, you'll see me. I'm gonna talk to him. I just want to see what
I can't sprint.
Oh my god, 'cause there's an invisible wall. I can't even do anything. Hello. How you doing? No, you can't cross this. This is mystical. Do you know how I broke the game?
You swam.
Literally, you swim around the map, kind of going around. You'll eventually see light in the distance heading towards the governor's mansion. And I just walked up the staircase.
Well, I'm gonna see if Captain Coco can get the bone out of the dog's mouth.
I want to know if, like, I broke it, though? Because, like, I'm curious if
Another
anything will
pilot?
work.
I highly doubt it. He's going to lose the clock.
Oh, those poor...
Yeah, it looks busted.
The governor's guard dogs
Because the
get tormented
door
with
has
dogs.
no interaction
I bet
even.
if they scarf down a heart...
You lost? Well, then you come to the right pirates. We know pretty much every... up by the island lookout. No, if the weather weren't so strange, not much reason to head up there, though. Unless...
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of myself on
A
this one.
ship full of value, of course. Even if you could find a way to raise its cargo, some parts of the town are still...
Alright, so we might have to go up to the lookout.
Gold's no good to me.
Talk to him again.
If you want to buy something, you need a coffee. Hey, that transaction has been concluded. I got my... Everything else will cost you. Gold's no good. What, Parrot? That's a cute stuffed toy modeled after the three... That's fresh stock. A history book detailing the... Hey now, supplies of the legend.
I will see if I can use Captain Coco to get the bone from the dog.
Could I use the bone of skeleton?
I already tried.
Okay.
I like how the red herring is like a named thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tried the coconut, I've tried a fish.
What about meat? Is there a way for us to get meat?
Try that again, and you'll be joining the devil for supper.
Chef did not like that.
Because you're out
Oh,
of your outfit.
Yep.
God damn it.
You have to go put him on break. I like how, like, he literally only recognizes clothes.
I mean, he just walked outside and I was able to go back there, so.
That meant like, as a person. Like, if you're in a chef uniform,
Oh,
you must be
yeah.
chef. Like,
You gotta remember, this is based on a 90s game. And we have 62.
What are you looking at me for? This is actually a quiet night. Most days you cannot move for... Crews come from all... If you want to know more, there is a guy selling books.
Oh, I think I know what we need to do.
That's a cute stuffed toy modeled after.
Alright, let's see if this works.
oh, what's that?
If it does, I'm gonna be really annoyed. Yep.
Look behind you! The three-headed monkey! Don't be ridiculous.
You must think we were born yesterday.
You'll need to do better than that to fool us, Bone Brain. What be ye wanting?
So what did we get for that?
I got the bone from the dog.
Okay.
So now, I'm gonna go back to the prison.
This is not the prison.
No, what the fuck are you wearing?
What do you mean?
Oh, just the way that you came around the corner. It looked like you weren't wearing anything under the apron. Alright, we got a femur and a left bone.
We call it or you want to keep going?
We might have to call it since we can't figure out what to.
Okay. And we will return next week with trying to solve the mystery of the Monkey Island. I stick with what I usually say, even with this I think being annoying. I still enjoy these better than actual base Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Alright, exit to next.